Do you feel any difference between Stockholm and Taipei specifically?
Yeah.
The traffic lights, that's a really good thing about Taiwan, that you can like count 10, 9, okay, I'm ready.
You're getting ready,
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. It's like a little Mario Kart. It's like 1, 2, 3, and like, whoo, and everything is like starting. I'm like, it's so cool how everything works. I'm like, wow.
Hi everyone and welcome to a historic event here in Taiwan where we for the first time have a Swedish YouTube family here in Taiwan and here in the studio. Familjen Leidström.
Hey.
Welcome to Taiwan.
Thank you.
First of all, who is Familjen Leidström and who are you?
Well, my name is Björn. I'm a developer from Sweden.
My name is Frida.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
And we're here with our kids. You might hear them in the background, but
Yeah. iPad is the best babysitter.
yeah.
And you moved from Sweden, from Stockholm, to Taiwan, to Taipei now. Why?
Yeah, I was going to say, why we want to travel to see Asia. We have never been to Asia before.
Basically, we always talked about moving abroad or working abroad or something like that, but we just decided to just sell everything we had, take this opportunity before the kids get too old.
You have nothing left in Sweden
No,
other
no.
than like family and friends.
A storage.
A dog and a storage, yeah.
Yeah.
A dog in a storage.
A dog, yes, little
Yeah.
Hugo. We
Yeah.
miss him. Oh, when you say it like that, I'm like, oh my gosh.
But why Taiwan then? Because you said you've never been to Asia before. This is your first time in Asia.
Yeah.
Did you do any other research for like other Asian countries? I know as a Swede myself, when you think about traveling around Asia, Taiwan is not the first country that pops up on the normal I want to go to Asia
I
list.
remember, I think we checked and we saw like a list of the safest country to visit in Asia. I think Taiwan was like number 2.
It's also because of my colleague, since he recommended Taiwan because of his girlfriend being Taiwanese. And then I also did some quick research on like Thailand. But then Taiwan came up, like since we're going to be abroad for so long, we needed a country that allowed us to get a visa fairly simple. And yeah, and Taiwan was the easiest country to enable us to move here. And it's also like in the middle of everything. You know, if you go to Taiwan, it's almost the same distance to most of the countries that we want to visit.
And I think you mentioned it in your YouTube channel as well, that you had the gold card. I don't have a gold card, which basically means that you make a lot more money than I do because I don't qualify for a gold card. So
And some Taiwanese people don't really know. I don't know if
yeah,
they
I mean
know what
Taiwanese
it
people don't need it, right? Because
No.
it's only for foreigners.
Yeah.
It's basically this like all-in-one card to
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
supposedly easier for foreigners to move here to Taiwan.
Yeah.
You either have to be very specialized, good at something, or have like a certain salary.
So since it's impolite to ask about your yearly salary, are you super specialized in something?
No.
No, okay.
Okay,
No,
that
no.
answers your question.
No further questions.
Yeah, I think there's just a couple of thousand people who has applied and got it. So
Yeah, it's very.
I think yeah.
You're like,
I bow down to
Yeah, but
the
I also
to the
think
gold
it's
cards.
own land or whatever. I can basically do everything.
Continue
except
rubbing it in. Yeah, rubbing it in.
But it's only for 3 years.
Happy for you.
Yeah, I
Happy
have
for
a
you.
blue one, so I'm happy about
Yeah,
my
you have
blue
a-
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue ARC, the
Yeah.
normal foreign peasant
Yeah.
card. What would you say is your favorite thing about Taiwan so far?
I would say the people.
It's not the same mentality of the people. So I
Yeah.
think because you can see other people sitting like in a cafe for like I don't know 4 or 5 hours, just sitting and talking. It rubs off on us. It's like everyone
Yeah.
is so calm and
Yeah, so
takes
helpful.
their time and
Yeah.
helpful. So I think we're gonna have a lot of problems with that.
Coming back,
when we
yeah,
leave
in
Taiwan
Sweden,
or something,
yeah. Everyone
It's
is,
gonna-
especially in Stockholm.
Yeah, we're
Oh
gonna
my
think
God.
everyone is super rude.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We're gonna be like, excuse me.
Yeah, like you don't have time to talk to me. What's that?
Exactly. And I think, yeah, everyone here is so helpful. They want to help you with everything. I think so too. And also, the way of getting around here is really easy. I think we have to wait for the MRT in 10 minutes or 15 minutes at home, but here's like 3 minutes. And if it's 4 minutes, we're like, oh my God, that's so long. But we're so used to the train coming all the time. So
Was the life here so far as you expected before moving here?
we looked at some YouTube. I was looking at that. I was trying to like, oh, that looks nice.
Now I have to ask, did you watch my videos before coming
I
to
think
Taiwan?
I did. I think I must have. Yeah.
She's just saying that because I'm recording it right
Okay.
now. Yeah. And now you make YouTube videos about it yourself. Yeah.
I'm like, that was my turn to film this. It's
Yeah.
so like it's unreal. And sometimes when I'm walking, like holding my kids in both of my hands, I'm like, wow, this is such a cool city. Like, this is amazing. I'm here. I'm walking here in Taiwan. Like, I live here. I'm like, this is for real. Like,
Yeah.
this is so cool. Very like surprised how good it was.
What has been your favorite place in Taiwan so far, where you've been?
How do you say, Shifen? That was really nice. I love going like away from Taipei and see the nature. I love being in the nature.
Yeah, the mountains.
Yeah, the mountains. Yeah.
I have to say, like, I've lived in Taiwan for 11 years, and I think like you picked like the worst time, to be honest, because when you came here, it was like raining all the time.
Yes.
And then the summer has been incredibly hot. And then it's been like more earthquakes the last month than it's been like any other year I lived here, I feel.
Our phones were like...
It was so many. That was your first earthquake, I assume.
My first. You have experienced one once,
the
but
quarantine.
First,
the quarantine hotel.
How was that? Was it as you thought it would be?
Sometimes when I'm stressed, I can feel a little bit dizzy. And so I was like, oh, and then I looked at him like... earthquake. I'm like, oh, he's like, really?
You saw the suitcases like jumping around
like,
the room.
And he was looking at me like, no. I'm like, yes. And then he was like, everything was starting to like, I'm like, yes, it is.
I'm still like a bit ready, in case. But you could also hear like the neighbors in the hotel basically went out in the hallway and just started laughing, and so I'm like, okay, it's probably safe, it's they're used to this. So I was like, okay, then it's not gonna be chaos.
Other than the earthquakes, has there been any kind of like big surprises here in Taiwan, or anything else that have surprised you in your life here?
The military drill thing.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of, because we knew about it, but when the phone, you people already know how it sounds, but the alert, I mean, I never heard that alert ever on a phone.
Yeah.
And it was like military drills, whatever, and you saw the streets just like empty, people just running. We were inside, but you saw the whole streets like you saw the police like rushing people down and everything.
Yeah.
That was like, wow. I would never
see this in Sweden.
No,
ever.
They might close down some streets, and go. Now there's a military drill, but that's it.
I mean, I'm from the Swedish forest. I don't see people. Period. So it's like I don't know. Every day for me is the Swedish military drill. I think.
Probably. I think we knew that the summer was going to be hot, but not this hot.
I mean, they told us also this was the hottest summers in like 20 years or something. So maybe we just had really
bad luck.
But now you're here, and hopefully you will still enjoy the rest of your time here.
Yeah.
Have you become a little bit more Taiwanese? Are there anything that you're doing now, like in your daily life, that you did not back home in Sweden? Has Taiwan? Speaking Chinese, is that one of them?
Catch some phrases like doi or daitsu.
Doi or daitsu, that's perfect.
Or ni hao.
I think by patience, like I usually be really like, oh, you need to go fast, and like, oh, but I'm trying to be like more like them and be more calm and spontaneous, just take everything as it is.
You told me like earlier you were like booking hotels on the train on your way back to Taipei.
Yeah, I'm like, who am I? Like, if that would be me in like 5 years, I would be like, we don't have any place to stay. Where should we stay? And like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. But we were like on the train and back to Taipei and had no place to stay. So I was like, no, we figured it out. Taipei, they have everything. We will find a place. I'm like, who am I?
Before we left here, you would probably like book it 2 or 3 weeks in advance. Almost packed a suitcase, like even though it's a one night in a hotel in Stockholm, it's not very far, but she would still like pack. Do I have everything? I'm going away in like 3 days. Like, do I have everything? You're probably gonna be fine.
Today I could be like the same day, like, we're fine, we figured it out. Like,
do you feel any difference between like raising kids in Sweden or here in Taiwan?
We try to be somewhat strict with the kids. I think it's a more strict way of raising kids here. Yeah. In a good way.
Yeah, I think so too.
You just don't care at all. You just like...
Yeah, you go play, like, and they're screaming. They're
See
like,
you tomorrow, kids.
Yeah. Sometimes when they play with other kids and they see how calm they are, I can tell that my kids are a little bit like calmer. But as soon as they like play together or by themselves, is that they go crazy. But as soon as they see another kid or something like that, they are so gentle and just calm. And so there's something about like Taiwanese kids that I mean, we should maybe probably stay here for like do like they do.
As you said, we should leave the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's come back and then leave.
Exactly.
And I also have to ask, because finally, I moved from the Swedish forest and straight to Taipei. So I've always been struggling, like, what is actually a difference between Sweden and Taiwan, or is it just like my countryside home versus a city life? I wanted to ask now, because you guys are from pretty much center of Stockholm.
Yeah.
Do you feel any difference between Stockholm and Taipei specifically?
Much more hectic.
Taipei or Stockholm?
Yeah, Taipei.
The scooters, the traffic lights, that's a really good thing about Taiwan, that you can like count 10, 9. Okay, I'm ready.
You're getting ready, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. I wish Stockholm had that.
It also takes away some of the stress to drive. It's still very hectic, you know, people, it doesn't feel like they're waiting for you to cross. They're like almost honking, like, can you go faster?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you have the red light, you actually take the time to like, okay, I need to check something, I need to call someone, or I need, you know.
Yeah, and you see
And
like
then you
the
do
1
that,
minute.
and then you're done, and then you go to
Yeah.
the next red light. And compared to Stockholm, it is more hectic, but it's also at the same time calmer in some sense. I don't really know how to explain it in a good word.
It's hectic in a planned way.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. It
Exactly,
is
yeah.
like sometimes when you see the cars and everything, like it's like a little Mario Kart. It's like 1, 2, 3, and like whoo, and everything is like starting. Like it's so cool how everything works. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
That's good. I haven't heard that analogy before. That's perfect. That's perfect. Are you guys eating any Taiwanese food, by the way? Do I dare to ask, what is your favorite Taiwanese food?
I have to be honest, I don't know specifically what is a typical super Taiwanese food.
Isn't that the fried pancakes or something?
Fried pancakes?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like.
Have you guys had anything called bacon dumpling for breakfast?
Oh.
My colleague always nags me that I have to try it.
Yeah.
Really?
So I have to try it.
It's so good.
Okay,
So
do
good.
it next.
But it's basically like a pancake mixed with egg and some stuff, right? So it's like an omelette.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like an omelette pancake, and it's like, and then you can put whatever you want inside,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you want to put bacon,
Oh.
and then it's like wrapped, and it's like the
Try that.
absolute most amazing breakfast food. Yeah.
I have to try that, and I also know I have to try stinky tofu.
I tried it.
You tried stinky tofu?
Yeah, and it smells a lot worse than it tastes.
Right.
Like 100%.
That's
It was
the thing.
good.
That's also the thing. Like before we went, I think I was more into like testing or whatever. But when we came here, she took
I
over.
ended
was
up-
like,
Oh, yeah?
no, I'm not gonna test it because I eat a lot with my eyes.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if I see, or I only nose by the way, but the smell alone basically tells my brain like you shouldn't. But
Yeah.
I know I have to
Yeah.
at the same time. So at some point, I'm gonna have to try it.
I feel like we can see who is the actual YouTuber among
Yeah.
the two of you here, the more adventurous one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to be for a family at first, a family and friends. And then we noticed that it blew up, like, and so many people wrote to us like, oh my God. And we were like, we did not expect that. And we were thinking like, should we continue doing this? It was fun. People really want to see what we're doing. And then they started to be like, oh, do this and that. And we did it. And they were like, oh, thank you for doing this and that. So yeah, I think we will see where it goes from there.
Yeah, because even I've lived here for like 11 years, but I still find it fascinating to see my Taiwan through not only another Swede's life, but also a Swedish family, and see like how would that actually work from a kid's perspective and from parents' perspective, which is completely different from mine. So even though I am quite familiar with Taiwan, I still find it like entertaining, informative, and just great time to watch your videos. In the future, what might we be able to see on your channel after we all go over and subscribe to your YouTube channel? What are some future adventure we might expect to see there?
And maybe we should do one little like Nelly vlog and Filippa vlog, like one day, like following Filippa around or following Nelly around, like do a little, maybe that could be fun. And I don't know what they want to see. Like, I don't know. Just tell us.
Exactly. Hopefully people will leave you some comments as
What
well.
should we
But
do?
it definitely sounds interesting. Both like actual going out exploring, but once you get started with the Taiwanese food and Taiwanese candy, that's going to be its own adventure by itself. So and of course, if that is something that you want to see, please do remember that you have all the contacts and all the links down in the description as well. And hopefully you, after you watch this video, you go over and actually subscribe, like, and also share this video with someone that you think should get to know this Swedish family a little bit better. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.